Day 8, Aggressive Calorie Deficit. Hello everybody and welcome to day 8 of my aggressive calorie deficit. If you're new here, the goal was about 12 days at 1,100 calories. I've done 7 days averaging around 1,300, I believe. The scale started at 186, which was a bit inflated. 183 is my usual weight, and I'm currently hanging around 178, and I've been at 178 for the last 4 days. Now, in most of my aggressive deficits, this hasn't happened. This is a very common thing to see when dieting. Unless I'm lying to myself and eating more calories than I think I am, or not moving as much as I had planned, then I wouldn't be in a calorie deficit. But I am most definitely, I'm in about 1,000 calorie deficit, which should equal about a kilo of fat loss a week. Let's just remember, weight loss is not equal to fat loss. So why potentially is the scale hanging around? Well, first of all, it dropped very quickly because I dropped a lot of water and a lot of carbohydrate. And now we're getting to a point where fat loss is occurring, but it's not being reflected on the scale. Now, you might have heard of something called the whoosh theory. What was believed with the whoosh theory was as you were losing weight, your fat cells, the fat would be metabolized and used out of and taken out of the cell, and then water would be replaced in it. And then what you would see after a couple of days is a huge drop, and that's what they would say is your body would be dropping the water. Now, whilst the whoosh effect actually happens, the mechanics aren't quite right. Our cells don't fill with water, but we can retain water around the cells. That tends to contribute to this is cortisol. Cortisol makes us retain water. Now, whilst I don't feel very stressed, putting my body at much lower calories could be quite stressful. I have also eaten quite a lot of salt in the last couple of days. Whenever we have these plateaus, we have to ask ourselves, am I sticking to my calories? Am I hitting my steps and keeping my activity levels? The answer is yes and yes. I'm sleeping pretty well. I don't feel very stressed, but my salt is high. Bowels probably need to move a little bit better, but I didn't eat enough fiber yesterday, and cortisol might be at play. So what do I need to do? Nothing. I just need to hang in there and keep doing exactly what I'm doing. Then I walked on the assault runner whilst editing videos for your viewing pleasure, and then I started my lower body day. We started off with barbell RDLs, which is a nice change from dumbbells, and then single leg hip thrust because I don't want to use a barbell, into front foot elevated reverse lunges, my glutes are still sore from these, and sissy squats, which are not for sissies, finishing off with a reverse crunch, which I've chosen to do with the bench clicked up one to make it a little bit harder. Cause me wants abs of steel. Then once I was in my office, guess what? It was overnight oats again. And then Joe helped me deshell the edamame beans so I could make my chopped salad. And I had that for lunch, and I'm going to have it for lunch all week. So most of my meals are very repetitive at the moment. Got myself a diet 7-Up as we went to the mall. The kids were bouncing on the trampoline place, so I ate my salad. And then we had chicken fajitas for dinner, and I didn't record anything else. I always take my supplements before bed because fish oil repeats on me, and I don't want fishy burps all day. Yuck. Ooh, and lastly, I treated myself to a Stanley Cup. Never had one. Let's recap the day. Steps around 13,500 with my lower body session. Calories were great. Protein okay. Fiber okay.